and welcome to the channel. Here, I share Scareful stories. Stories to make you scared, make you think, make you wonder, and maybe, just maybe, make you a little more careful. If you like what you see, please give the video a like, leave a comment down below, and consider subscribing to the channel. And now, the Scareful story of Meghan Marohn, who disappeared in March of 2022. Her story has a recent development, but as of today, it remains unsolved. Meghan Marohn, 42, was a high school literature teacher from Delmar, New York. Delmar is a suburb near the capital city of Albany. By all accounts, she was a devoted teacher, devoted to teaching, devoted to her students, and also devoted to writing and spreading her love of great novels and poems. She tried to get her students to connect with big concepts like love and the people they are and who they were becoming by writing about their thoughts and feelings. She was also passionate about connecting with people in untraditional ways. She started the Troy Poem Project, where she would put out a chair, table, and manual typewriter at flea markets and festivals and offer to write a poem for anyone who is interested. In an interview, she said about the project, "I think maybe I was desiring a creative outlet and wanted to connect to people in a different way. I'm a mediocre to not so great small talker, and I just wanted to connect with people on the things that I am thinking about." A teacher at Shaker High School in Latham, New York, Meghan began experiencing some issues with a married coworker in 2021. She told friends that when she rebuffed the man's advances, he began to harass and intimidate her. She reported this behavior to school administrators in January of 2022. As the conflict escalated, Meghan told a friend that she didn't feel like she was getting the support she needed from the school. The friend described Meghan's reaction to the man's inappropriate behaviors as Meghan having a mini nervous breakdown. In March, the school granted Meghan a paid leave of absence. The leave of absence didn't seem to help, however. Meghan told a friend that she saw the man drive by her home and that she no longer felt safe staying there. The friend asked her to come and stay with her, but Meghan decided to get out of New York State and to take a few days away. She booked a room at the historic Red Lion Inn in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. It was a place she had stayed before and in an area that she enjoyed. She checked in on March 24th, 2022, and told the innkeepers that she planned on leaving on March 30th. Her brother, Peter, said that he spoke to his sister on March 26th, the day before she disappeared. In one story, he said that she was upset, and in another, Meghan was said to be in good spirits. Either way, her brother did talk and text with her on the 26th. He said, "I asked how she was doing, and she said, 'I'm just enjoying my soup, and I'm reading a book, and I'm just enjoying the room.'" The next day, on March 27th, 2022, at around 10 a.m., Meghan asked a worker at the inn for directions to Church Street and then left the inn. That was the last time she was seen alive. When Meghan stopped responding to texts and calls from her brother, he contacted the inn and asked them to check and see if she was still there. They checked her room, and although Meghan wasn't there, her personal belongings were still in the room. Her brother reported her missing on March 29th. Also on March 29th, someone reported that a car had been parked at the Longcoat Park trailhead for 2 days. Longcoat Park is a heavily wooded hiking area and located just off Church Street, the same street Meghan had asked for directions to. The weather had not been the best, with it being cold, rainy, and with even some reports of an ice storm, so someone being out on the trails and not returning to their car for 2 days was cause for concern. The police quickly identified the parked car as belonging to Meghan and organized a search. Had she gone out on a hike and been injured? The Lee, Massachusetts Police Department searched on foot and also used dogs and drones. The search was focused on the trailhead off Church Street, and then they also searched along the Housatonic River using kayaks, sonar, and underwater cameras. Investigators looked at Meghan's cell phone data and found the last ping to be a bit strange. Although her car was parked at the trailhead, the last ping had been in a residential area less than a mile from where the car was found. Had she perhaps not gone on a hike on the trail as originally thought? Her brother thought how Meghan's car was found was also strange. It was parked blocking the entrance to the trailhead instead of being parked more out of the way of the trail. As her belongings left in the hotel room were gone through, it was discovered that several things were missing that weren't found in her car either. Her car keys, hotel key, wallet, phone, school-issued laptop, the book she was reading, and a little stuffed animal she always took with her when she traveled were all missing. Did she have a backpack that she liked to take on hikes, and did she pack those things into it planning on doing a day hike? Despite all of the searches, no trace of Meghan was found. Meghan's brother and friends told police how she had been having some emotional upset as a result of the situation with the married man at the school. They said she was being stalked and that Meghan had claimed that the man was brutally harassing and intimidating her. Obviously, reports like that would pique the interest of investigators. According to Meghan's brother, the man was interviewed and he says that he checked out okay. And indeed, police stated that they did not believe foul play was involved in Meghan's disappearance. Her car was processed for DNA and fingerprints, and I couldn't find anything saying what the results were, but that the police stated that they didn't believe foul play was involved makes me think that all of the results were traced back to Meghan. A GoFundMe was set up to raise money for searches and a private investigator. A $50,000 reward was also offered. Months passed with no new leads. Meghan's credit cards have not been used since her disappearance, and her bank accounts have remained untouched. Then, on September 1st, human remains were found in a heavily wooded area off Fox Drive. The area, which is near a dead-end gravel road, is only about a mile from where Meghan's car was found. Police, family, and friends immediately suspected that the remains were those of Meghan, and within a few days they were positively identified as being her. There was no word on if any of Meghan's belongings were found with or near her body. Meghan's brother said of the discovery that his family was heartbroken. No cause of death has been released yet, and the police have declined to comment, saying that there is an active investigation. It remains to be seen if finding Meghan's remains will help to answer any or all of the questions surrounding her disappearance and death. Interestingly, prior to her body being found, both her brother and a friend commented on the possibility of Meghan having taken her own life. Her brother said that had his sister taken her own life, that he believed she definitely would have left a note because she was a writer at heart. One of her friends questioned the timing of her disappearance, saying how much Meghan loved the author Virginia Woolf. On March 28, 1941, Virginia Woolf drowned herself in a river near her home. Is it merely a coincidence that Meghan disappeared one day prior to the anniversary of Virginia's death? No matter how she died, Meghan was respected and loved by many. Her brother described her as charismatic, witty, and a genuinely loving and beautiful person. Friends described Meghan as a gifted poet and writer who could never come to grips with the cruelty of the world. Hudson Mohawk magazine created a radio special as a tribute to Meghan, who had worked there as a producer. Family, friends, co-workers, and former students shared their fond memories of Meghan. Her brother shared that her nickname had been Mug growing up. And he said, "Mug, there's so much I'm going to miss with you not being here, but mostly I'm going to miss just not hearing your voice and the discussions we used to have." So that's what we know so far. What do you think happened to Meghan? Did she simply go out for a walk in the woods, perhaps off trail, and got lost or hurt and wasn't able to get back to her car and then perished in bad weather conditions? Did she intentionally park at the trailhead and then head in the opposite direction to throw people off because she didn't want to be found? Did some other harm come to her? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think happened to Meghan. And until next time, stay safe and stay careful.